Welcome into another episode of Universe Mode on the JPG channel as we are kicking things off with the Mad Dragon, the World Heavyweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov, obviously out here to air his grievances after last week. Ilja, of course, was not only surprised in the debut of the Hangman Adam Page, having a face-off with the Hangman, but that was really only the start of what was a collateral of either returns or debuts after the matches where the real story began. Jay White coming out, making his debut here in WWE, essentially setting his sets on the World Heavyweight Champion himself. And then when Ilja's back was turned, getting attacked by none other than Jon Moxley, a returning Jon Moxley, a man we haven't seen here in WWE in quite some time. Now, I guess officially a part of the Blue brand here on Friday Night Smackdown. Last time we seen Moxley, he was on a Monday Night Raw. Jay White and Hangman, however, we have never seen in WWE until last week. So, I mean, it is a brand new year here on the JPG channel, and with that comes fresh competition, and just a few of those faces we never thought we'd see in WWE are now here, and competition has certainly escalated here on Friday nights. Ilja Dragunov is going to be out here to address the crowd momentarily. Oh, wait a minute. Ilja was trying to basically heed a warning to anybody in the back that dares to step to the World Heavyweight Champion. But speaking of the Switchblade himself, Jay White, again for the second week in a row, interrupting the Mad Dragon, putting the spotlight on himself exactly where he likes it to be. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with this man or his game, let me just tell you, Smackdown has a hell of an Impact player now on Friday nights with Jay White. If he is indeed signed to a contract, we need further information on that. But Jay White is here, and like I said, clearly he has his sights set on that World Heavyweight Championship, going straight to the top here in WWE to start 2026 off. Obviously, Jay White has a thing or two to say to Ilja Dragunov. So let's see what he has to say to our champion. Oh, hold on a second. The lights go out for a second time. We're joined by the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, formerly a Raw superstar for the better part of almost 2.5 years, almost 3 years. What the hell is Cody Rhodes doing on Friday Night Smackdown? The hits keep coming to start our show. Ilja Dragunov, Jay White, now the former WWE champion Cody Rhodes. A man that has had a bit of a rocky 2025, starting the year off, losing to John Cena at WrestleMania, trying to basically throughout half the year to get that championship back and never really to avail. Now Cody Rhodes, as he's setting his sights on the World Heavyweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov. I guess this will be momentarily explained as to what the American Nightmare is doing here, but he just made the grave mistake of interrupting both Dragunov and Jay White, but I think Cody knows exactly what he's doing by those actions, as Dragunov and Jay White, clearly some unresolved issues there, but now it's Rhodes that looks to step to White. Well, the challenge has been thrown out, folks. The Switchblade versus the American Nightmare for tonight's main event. Jay White versus Cody Rhodes. We'll have to see if that gets made official. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally back to our regularly scheduled programming here after the hot start to the show. And that being announced of Cody Rhodes versus Jay White in the main event tonight. The returning to Friday Night Smackdown Cody Rhodes and Jay White making his Smackdown debut. Both of those men have their eyes set on the World Heavyweight Championship, the title that the Mad Dragon Ilja Dragunov currently holds. As you can see, Dragunov was out here earlier to start the show, obviously incensed with the way that last week ended, not only being a little bit upstaged by Jay White's arrival after his big match over against Hangman Page, but then being laid out by a Death Rider courtesy of Jon Moxley as well. And one can only wonder where Jon Moxley is here tonight, but we know he's got to be somewhere in the building. Anyways, we're going to move on because we have some actual action, some actual wrestling to get to. United States Champion Jacob Fatu is in the building, and he only has but one message. One, that he's all gas and no brakes, and whoever's coming out next to face him better get in where they fit in. And oh, look at this. Tommaso Ciampa stepping up. Tommaso Ciampa, formerly a Raw superstar. I guess he's now made a home on the Blue brand. And he's without Johnny Gargano as well. I'm being told right now that these two actually have their tag team has been split up. Ciampa to SmackDown and Gargano staying over there on Monday nights. Tommaso Ciampa has an opportunity to make a big spotlight for himself here tonight. But he has some tough competition when it comes to Jacob Fatu. Here we go. Fatu and Ciampa getting ready to lock up. First time ever type matchup. Obviously, Jacob Fatu always welcomes the challenges ever since becoming United States Champion all the way back at Backlash of last year. Tommaso Ciampa already bringing the fight to the Samoan Werewolf, the Sicilian Psychopath, carving a new journey for himself here in the singles department on SmackDown, and could start his 2026 off with a big win over the United States Champion, which would find himself in title contention further down the line. Goes for a drop kick. Fatu almost suckering him in that time. As now, look out! Pop-up Samoan drop. A pop-up Samoan drop connects to Ciampa to get a 2. Only a 2 count, though. Jacob Fatu, make sure he put all that to a rest real quick. The offense of Tommaso Ciampa. But Ciampa is such an innovative person that he creates his own offense sometimes. As you can see, him immediately going for the leg of Fatu. A lot of power stored in Jacob Fatu's legs. He loves to deliver those super kicks, loves to take to the skies from time to time. You never know what Jacob Fatu's next move is going to be. That's the scary thing about the United States Champion. As now Ciampa sends Fatu into the turnbuckle, but Fatu able to reverse it. And now trying to get something going here, but Ciampa, look out! Oh, a running neck breaker. Connects flush. Tommaso Ciampa now going to the second rope here, calling Fatu up to his feet. Look out. Oh, big strike right to the face. Goes for a double axe handle. Fatu having that scouted. And now big Samoan-style headbutt. Is now Jacob Fatu again with that pop-up Samoan drop. A second time in this match that Ciampa has felt that. And now Jacob Fatu going off the ropes. Big senton. Nothing about Fatu's offense is pretty, but it is certainly effective. As I look out here, Fatu gonna wipe him out with a Uranagi. It has been all Jacob Fatu in the early goings of this one, as Tommaso Ciampa looks to find an outlet into this match, but Fatu sending him to the outside. And the man that's simply all gas, no brakes, is looking to hit full pedal. Oh my God, over the top rope. A Fosbury flop over the top rope. Spaceman plancha from Jacob Fatu wiping out Tommaso Ciampa. As now here comes Fatu off the ropes with that super kick I was mentioning earlier. And now Ciampa looks to regroup on the outside. Fatu waiting patiently for... Oh, look at this. Just taking it right to the Samoan Werewolf is Tommaso Ciampa. Goes for the cover. Referee Rod Zapata in perfect positioning that time to get the count. But to no avail, as now again another version of the Samoan drop connects by Fatu. Now Jacob Fatu sending Ciampa back into the corner. My God, just running at him like a freight train and delivering the goods with a big power slam, and goes for another senton. Gets it to fall. As I look out here, Jacob Fatu, oh my God, just ragdolling Tommaso with a deadlift gut wrench power bomb. Big strike right to the midsection of Tommaso Ciampa. Oh no, wait a minute. Tommaso Ciampa is challenging Fatu to throw some hands in the center of the ring. I don't know if you know Jacob Fatu's background, but that is not something you want to be warranting. Oh my, look at these closed fist strikes that Fatu is throwing. Notice that Ciampa's throwing chops. Jacob Fatu is throwing haymakers. And there goes a huge headbutt for good measure. And now right back up on his feet goes Tommaso Ciampa, and right back down goes Ciampa as well. A Samoan spike driver. Goes for the cover. Ciampa just getting that shoulder out. And now look out here. Jacob Fatu, my God. Wiping Tommaso Ciampa out with a crossbody. It might be all but elementary at this point for Tommaso Ciampa, because here comes Fatu running in full set of steam with that running hip attack. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Ciampa has to get the shoulder out. Just barely surviving the Samoan Werewolf. And I look out here. Oh, big strike right to the face. And now Tommaso Ciampa trying to find an opening in this match. Went for it a little too early. Jacob Fatu now. Oh my God. Wiping Ciampa out. Big chop to the chest. Goes for a strike. Ciampa caught it. And now look out here. Tommaso Ciampa looking to, almost contort the neck that time. Beautiful maneuver by Ciampa there. That goes for the cover. Fatu getting the shoulder out at 2.5. This has been certainly a competitive matchup, as now Tommaso Ciampa thinking about a little fairy tale ending, but couldn't get the big man up. Fatu, oh my God. And now look out, Jacob Fatu. Oh! Out of nowhere with that moonsault, and Ciampa feels the wrath of Fatu. My God. Ciampa was going for fairy tale ending. Jacob Fatu said, I'm putting the brakes on, even though he's all gas, no brakes. But he put the brakes on Ciampa, dumped him over his head, and hit that moonsault for the victory. Some impressive stuff from Jacob Fatu here tonight, folks, proving why he is such a dominant United States champion. And honestly, I don't know who the hell is even going to step to Fatu next to try and take him off that mountain. Well, as I said, folks, some impressive stuff from Jacob Fatu. Tommaso Ciampa looked good in defeat. But it's just so hard to stop the Samoan Werewolf when he gets on a tear like that. Needless to say, we are moving on because we have action in the women's division. Chelsea Green, along with her secret Hervis agent, Piper Niven. Chelsea Green down here to welcome Sol Ruca to the Smackdown roster in singles competition. Should be a very good match between these two ladies. Chelsea Green, of course, always petitioning to get herself on the card, always just asking all the agents in the back, all the people in office, just to give her an opportunity, and she will indeed give you a license to print money. And with an entertaining superstar like Sol Ruca being her opponent here tonight, how can things go wrong? Here she comes, Sol Ruca, very prominent young woman here. As I say, being welcomed to Friday Night SmackDown with open arms as we head into the Royal Rumble, just shy of 2 weeks away. Every win counts on the road to WrestleMania. I mean, yeah, Sol Ruca is just now making her arrival here in Universe Mode, but let's say she gets in the Royal Rumble. Well, that was impressive in its own right. I don't think I've seen almost any human being do that. But as I was trying to say, say she gets in the Royal Rumble and she outlasts 29 other women and wins the entire thing, Sol Ruca will skyrocket to the top of the card and find herself in one of the co-main events of WrestleMania. Because here we go, Chelsea Green, Sol Ruca, one-on-one here on SmackDown. Ruca, oh, Chelsea Green was going to lock up, but of course, Chelsea Green goes for a bit of a cheap shot against Sol Ruca. And now tiring up with Sol Ruca is Chelsea Green. As I look out here, Sol Ruca going to take Chelsea Green over to the ropes. And here comes Ruca, back and forth. This is already gone. Big drop kick from Sol Ruca. Connects flush to the face. I'm sure the face that Green is looking to protect. And look at this, Sol Ruca with a monkey flip out of the corner. Beautifully executed by Sol. I'm incredibly excited to call this match. Incredibly excited to see Sol Ruca on the roster. Like I said, such an entertaining young female in this division. Oh, what a drop kick. Going a mile a minute is Sol Ruca, and getting some celebratory dance moves on in the process. As in the background, you could have seen Piper Niven undoing that turnbuckle pad. No doubt to give Chelsea Green some sort of an advantage in this match. As now Chelsea Green vies for a lockup again, sends Sol Ruca into the corner. Now what's Chelsea Green going to do here is referee Rod Zapata trying to break these two ladies up. Oh, what a cheap shot by Green. A cheap shot by Chelsea Green. As now look at this. Oh, strike to the back. And now wait a minute. Oh, a big German. Big German from Chelsea Green. Certainly looking impressive in her own right. She calls Sol Ruca up to her feet. Chelsea Green now setting Sol Ruca off the ropes. Goes for a beautiful arm drag. Takes Sol Ruca out. And now sending her right back into that turnbuckle. If Zapata did not, if he didn't cover that turnbuckle pad, then that would have been exposed, as a matter of fact. So luckily for Sol Ruca, he did just that. Beautiful crossbody. Sol Ruca was looking to take to the skies, but Chelsea Green was having none of it. And anyway, she takes it win anyways with a springboard moonsault. Sol Ruca coming out swinging here tonight. Takes Chelsea Green back to the ropes. Gonna make her think about it here. Up and over. Look out. Look at the power of Sol Ruca, spinning her round and round and round for a beautiful sidewalk slam. Is what I'm trying to get out here. As now look out here, Sol Ruca trying to think of next best things. Beautiful somersault onto the midsection of Chelsea Green. What the? Piper Niven just doing a sledgehammer. she's definitely giving Rod Zapata a run for his money here tonight. Making sure he's on his P's and Q's. Goes for a elbow attack. Had it scouted in Soul, though. Fireman's carry positioning. Chelsea Green just taking any bit of an outlet out of this match that she possibly can. Goes for the top splash. Sol Ruca might be in trouble here. Chelsea Green hit that all flush, but Sol Ruca able to get the shoulder out. Ruca now out on the outside. Chelsea Green was going for something there, but Sol Ruca, my God, what the hell was that? She wasn't able to hit it, but imagine if she was. Chelsea Green, luckily getting out of harm's way. That was like a 450, standing 450, I don't know, clothesline I think she was going for. I don't know what the hell she was going for. This is what I'm talking about how exciting Sol Ruca can be in that ring, and oftentimes is look at this. Standing moonsault connects to Chelsea. Sol Ruca now she has Chelsea Green out where Ruca was out earlier, but Chelsea Green got the knee to the face. Big strike to the midsection now. Chelsea trying to think of her next best steps here as Sol Ruca now takes to the ropes with a beautiful springboard crossbody. And now Sol Ruca, look out, face first goes Chelsea. And so far Sol Ruca is rocking and rolling. She's riding through the waves. That is the main roster here tonight. And now off the ropes, drop kick again connects. Sol Ruca feeding off the energy of this crowd here tonight. Sold out as we are always. And now Ruca sending Chelsea Green, trying to send her into the turnbuckle. Chelsea with a nice reversal. Chelsea taking a little bit too much time here to gloat around. A lot of times that is what costs her these matches. As now Chelsea Green. Oh no, Sol Ruca with a nice counter there. Oh, big shoulder. Oh, I think that was a headbutt actually. Whatever that was, that knocked Chelsea Green out cold. As now Sol Ruca getting the better of that maneuver, sending straight first. That way, but Chelsea Green, goes for the attack. Sol Ruca, big drop kick averted, back and forth. This one goes. As now look out here, Sol Ruca, with a crossbody to Piper Niven. My God. And now, wait a minute, this time, Sol Ruca gets that clothesline she was going for. Just wipe Chelsea Green out. Sol Ruca now, off the ropes with the Soul Snatcher. 1, 2, 3. What an impressive performance by Sol Ruca in that, well, really the whole match, but that last minute, she really turned it up a notch. Sol Ruca taking out Piper Niven after the multiple distractions caused by her in this match. Already wise behind her years doing that. And then to hit a springboard 450 clothesline and then the Soul Snatcher. My God. Sol Ruca is going to be something else here on the Smackdown division, folks. Congratulations to that young lady picking up a big win over Chelsea Green. Well, I'm still completely in shock of what we just saw of Sol Ruca, and that is just the start for that young woman here on the main roster. Exciting things to come for Sol Ruca, but speaking of exciting and entertaining, TrickMelo Gang is in the building. Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, very entertaining tag team here on Friday Night Smackdown. Recently getting back together, recently regrouping their NXT tag team and going after those WWE Tag Team Championships, as a matter of fact, taking on the Usos at this past Saturday night's main event, where they would fall short to the Usos, but have certainly built some momentum for themselves in the tag team division, even with a strong performance against the Usos, although they did not come out victorious. Needless to say, they're looking to pick up right where they left off before meeting the Usos And getting right back in the W column in the tag team division. Tonight they take on the Creed brothers of American Made. That'd be Julius and Brutus. Should be something amazing to watch. What a show we've already seen. I feel like the action has been going a mile a minute. That Fatu match was non-stop action. So Ruca brought the fight to Chelsea Green, keeping the pace up, keeping the pace at a quickening level. And now, you know, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams always have that energy, always have the cardio to go the extra mile. So do the Creeds, though, so this should be a very interesting bout between these two teams. Here we go. Trick Williams starting the match off with Brutus Creed. As I said, the Creed brothers representing American Made. That'd be Master Gable's, if you will, dream project. Assigning the most elite of elite talents to American Made. Obviously, you see Ivy Nile out there, as well as Trick Williams goes to work on Brutus Creed. Honestly, the Creed brothers could use a big win themselves in the tag team division, and picking up a win against a team that has momentum like Trick and Melo. It certainly has to be top priority for them. I'm sure that's the game plan heading in to this match, as Brutus Creed throws Trick Williams over the ropes, but Trick Williams obliges with an elbow right to the face. And now Brutus Creed sending Trick Williams, trying to send him back into the corner of his and his brothers, as here comes Julius into this thing. And look out here, taking him over with a huge Olympic wrestling style slam there, and now just going to work on the rib cage of Trick Williams with those knees. Julius Creed's a very dangerous individual, very powerful individual. Look at this, just deadlifting Trick Williams, a man that pretty much weighs the exact same as Julius Creed, off the floor to deliver that back suplex. Julius Creed is a freak of nature. As he tags Brutus back in, frequent tags have kept the Creed brothers in control of this match, but just as I say that, Trick Williams looks to turn things around in his and Melo's favor. And look at this, big shoulder tackle connects, and Trick gets the tag to Melo. And here comes Carmelo Hayes, former United States champion. Obviously one to watch here on Friday nights, as is Trick Williams. But Carmelo Hayes gets an elbow to the face for his troubles. But here comes Carmelo Hayes with that fast-paced action. And look at this, referee having his hands tied with Ivy Nile on the outside, throwing a kendo stick. I don't know what it is about these managers throwing in weapons in matches that don't even allow them. As now Carmelo Hayes taken to the... was trying to get to Brutus Creed a little quicker, but looks like Julius Creed. And now look out, Carmelo Hayes going off the ropes. Oh my God, a springboard DDT connects flush. And now Hayes going off the ropes again for a huge elbow drop right to the heart of Julius Creed. Goes for the cover. Brutus has to break it up. Brutus breaking up the cover here. Big chop to the chest. Strike to the face. Oh, and one for Brutus as well. Carmelo Hayes is rocking and rolling here. As look out, Carmelo Hayes takes out both Creed bros. My God, a DDT right on the apron. And I don't think Carmelo Hayes is done there just yet, as Julius Creed gets back in the ring. Look out! Carmelo Hayes, as I said, always loves to turn up that intensity, loves to keep the match at a quicker pace. Tries to get the tag to Trick, but Julius Creed with a nice sidestep. Oh, beautiful STO. And now Julius Creed goes right back on the attack. Found the opening and capitalized on it afterwards. That's what they're teaching down there at Master Gable's school. Julius Creed now getting the tag to Brutus. Brutus gets back into this one. As now look out. This time it's Carmelo Hayes that feels the wrath of these knee strikes. just rolling him like a ping pong ball in between the two brothers. Now Brutus Creed going off the ropes. Oh, Carmelo Hayes able to roll out, though, and try to get the tag to Trick, but oh, I was going to say, Brutus Creed stopping him dead in his tracks. And now, wait a minute. Oh, no, went for something there, but Brutus Creed has scouted. Delivers a power slam. Brutus Creed now sending Carmelo Hayes back into the turnbuckle, back to the side of the Creed Bros. Hayes, though, big strike to the face of Brutus Creed. It's now Carmelo Hayes here. Look out. Oh, Julius Creed almost got involved with his own brother's business, but beautiful fadeaway leg drop by Carmelo Hayes, wiping out Brutus. Goes for the cover. Brutus gets the shoulder. And now Carmelo Hayes trying to keep this momentum flowing. Big drop kick right to the face of Brutus. And now Hayes trying to send Brutus Creed back into the corner of his and Trick's, but oh, goes for a shoulder tackle, drop toe hold, beautiful reversal by Melo that time, as he sends Brutus into the corner this time. Now we're going to get to see some tag team continuity between these two, as here comes Trick of TrickMelo Gang, and now look out, my God, going for a ride was Trick. Brutus Creed tagging in Julius now. And now, wait a minute, goes for a shoulder tackle. This absolutely derailing Trick Williams that time. Now goes for a spinning axe kick, but oh! Sidestepped by Julius, and now a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. Goes for the tag to Brutus once more. Trick Williams now going off the ropes, though. Oh, met by a strike. No, Brutus wasn't able to get to fall. Trick Williams with a nice counter. And now look out, goes for a shoulder tackle of his own that time. And now Trick Williams starting to feel the momentum shifting once again. This has been a back and forth seesaw battle between these two teams. Trick James feeling himself. Melo can feel this match getting in the... Oh, my God, what an axe kick. Melo can feel this match starting to shift into the corner of him and Williams. Look at these strikes by Trick Williams. Has a bit of an amateur boxing background. Of course, has that football background. Trick Williams brings it all to the dance. Anytime you see him in the squared circle. And now look out, Trick Williams again, leveling Brutus Creed with those lariats. As now Trick Williams is lining Brutus Creed up for that pop-up, rock-bottom, bookend maneuver. Goes for the cover, Julius Creed. Able to momentarily get the save, but Carmelo Hayes just wiped Julius Creed out. And now Trick Williams sending him for a ride as Trick Willie goes to the top. And now look out here, Trick Williams, big splash to Brutus Creed. We mentioned that Trick and Melo were just seconds away from putting away the Usos in Saturday night's main event. They look to have better success here tonight. Look at this combination offense. A variation of the nothing but net, almost a reverse nothing but net, and that'll award them the victory. Trick Williams with the assist, Melo, nothing but net. What a victory for Trick and Melo, getting right back in the W column, even after falling short of claiming tag team gold. Ladies and gentlemen, these two are going to be one team to watch on Friday nights moving forward. But wait a minute, let's turn our attention to the Titantron, because I'm told somebody has commandeered a couple of our cameras. Well, what an announcement and what a get for the tag team division on Friday Night Smackdown. They're returning Brody King. The last time we seen Brody King, he was actually a part of Malachi Black, now Aleister Black's group, the House of Black, along with Buddy Murphy, but it looks like he has found a new friend in a debuting Bandito. Brodito is now officially a part of the SmackDown tag team roster. Cannot wait to see those boys in action. One of my favorite tag teams in all of professional wrestling today. Brody King brings the power. Bandito brings that high-flying lucha libre style. But, I mean, Bandito is not shy in the power department either. I've seen this man one-hand press people over his head a number of times. I mean, come on. We'll wait till their debut just to see how impressive them boys are about to be. But, hey, Melo and Trick, y'all better watch out. The Usos, y'all better watch out. Anybody that is in that tag team division, Brodito just put everybody on notice. Needless to say, we are joined by the Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Jade Cargill, getting ready for singles competition. She will be taking on the Standout, Kelani Jordan. Huge opportunity for Kelani Jordan. We've seen her a handful of times here on Friday Night Smackdown. And she is back, ready for more action. And this time she has, again, like I said, a huge opportunity taking on the Queen Bee, if you will. Jade Cargill, the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, it would be an incredible upset for Kelani Jordan to defeat Cargill here tonight, but she could find herself right in title contention with a victory over Cargill. Very hard to do, though, because Jade Cargill is nearly undefeated since arriving here, not only in Universe Mode, but just becoming Women's Champion in general. As here we go, Kelani Jordan and Jade Cargill set for in-ring action. It's going to be a good one for sure. Oh, and Jade Cargill goes right to war. Look at this. My God, not even giving this poor girl a chance is Jade Cargill. Kelani Jordan just absolutely being manhandled courtesy of this dominant Women's World Champion known as Jade Cargill. It's almost oftenly been said that women are scared to even step to this woman. I mean, that's why the only real challenge that she's had since becoming champion were Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And she took care of business that time. Oh my God! Obviously, she pales. Kelani Jordan pales in terms of size of Jade Cargill. So for a woman like that coming flying at you from the top rope, that has to be absolutely terrifying. And now look at this. Kelani Jordan finally able to sidestep Cargill for the moment as she goes right to work on the world champion. Now look out here. Grabs the leg. Did Cargill. Met Kelani Jordan. Now wait a minute. Oh, what a kick right to the face. And credit to Kelani Jordan immediately going in for a cover after catching Cargill off guard there. Now what a super kick right to the mush. And a beautiful Hurricane Rana now. Here comes Kelani Jordan trying to get into the fight. Cargill might want to watch out. Kelani Jordan, the former and first ever NXT Women's North American Champion. Look out! Spanish Fly connects. And now a beautiful cartwheel leg drop right to the face of Cargill. And now getting that kick right to the face meets flush. Kelani Jordan, all it takes is a little bit of support from this crowd to get somebody going, and that's exactly what you're seeing out of Kelani here tonight. As Jade Cargill is now being called to her feet by Jordan. And now Kelani Jordan going off the ropes. Huge kick right to the face. And now Kelani Jordan taking Jade Cargill down to the floor. Here comes Kelani calling Jade to her feet. Kelani Jordan now off the ropes. Suicide dive connects. And what an impressive performance this has turned out to be for Jordan. She's calling Cargill up to her feet. Kelani Jordan's not even thinking about what she's going to do next. My God, a big springboard moonsault. You have to rise to opportunities like this because you never know how many more you're going to get. And for a woman that likes to call herself the standout, she's trying to stand out in this women's division. Cargill now getting back up to her feet ever so slightly. Beautiful reversal by Kelani now. And oh, what a back fist. Caught her flush. Caught Cargill flush with that back fist. And now Kelani Jordan sending Cargill into the turnbuckle here. Oh, big strike though. A big strike by Jade Cargill. And now Kelani Jordan. Look out here. Beautiful roll up. Definitely seen some shades of RVD in there. That's one of Kelani Jordan's favorite wrestlers there is Rob Van Dam. She's actually developed a lot of her style from Rob Van Dam, even considering herself basically another version of a one-of-a-kind. She says nobody does it like Lonnie. And right now, nobody is doing it like my God, an Olympic slam. An Olympic slam to the Women's World Champion. Not enough. But Kelani Jordan is, like I said, just keeps going to the next step. And there's the next step, a 450 splash. Goes for the cover one. Oh my God, Cargill just kicked out at one. Cargill just kicked out at one, but again, Kelani's not even sweating it. Going right back to the next step. This is how you get success in this business. Beautiful, one-of-a-kind springboard moonsault. And that time it warrants her a 2 count, but not enough. What a performance. Jade Cargill is almost being upstaged by the standout herself. As now Kelani went to go off the ropes, but got caught. Spin out powerbomb. Somehow Kelani Jordan is sticking in this thing, but got caught right into the Queen's trap again. And a big bicycle kick. Oh my God, that hit flush. Count of 1, count of 2. Kelani showing some heart. Kelani Jordan is hurting though. It might be all but elementary at this point because Jade Cargill, it looks like she is going to be calling for the end. She's looking to catch Kelani Jordan in the eye of the storm with the Jaded. Jaded hits on a game, Kelani Jordan. What a victory for Cargill. But the Women's World Champion refuses to be upstaged by anybody in this entire division. But wait a minute, there might be one person that just might be able to do it, and that is the center of the universe herself, Tiffany Stratton, stepping up to our women champion. Well, folks, it is officially main event time here on Friday Night Smackdown as we are joined by a man that we have not seen as a full-time member on the Blue Brand in quite some time. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is finally a full SmackDown member once more and just weeks away from the Royal Rumble. What a time to get a fresh coat of paint for Cody Rhodes. He's done pretty much all he can do on Monday nights. Multiple-time world champion over there. Had his battles with Randy Orton, John Cena, just to name a few. Drew McIntyre a few times as well. Cody Rhodes is now officially a member of the SmackDown roster. And now he looks towards claiming a championship that he has never held before, the World Heavyweight Championship. The good old-fashioned, what they used to call Big Gold during when Cody Rhodes was coming up. A title that he saw the likes of Triple H and Randy Orton hold. John Cena, Edge, just to name a few. Cody Rhodes wants to follow that same lineage. And I think the road all starts here tonight because Cody Rhodes has the pleasure of welcoming Jay White to WWE in his WWE debut match. It doesn't get much bigger than a debut match being against Cody Rhodes, but don't get too on the side of Rhodes here because these two do know each other quite well. They were involved in the same faction at one point, being Bullet Club, back when Cody Rhodes had his Japan run. Rhodes is he's familiar with White's game. And for those of you who are not, you are in for a treat. Here he is, Jay White, coming down to the ring. We saw Jay White interrupting Ilja Dragunov after his huge victory over Hangman Adam Page last week. And making his arrival here on Friday Night SmackDown, only to almost be upstaged by Jon Moxley in the end, because Moxley was the one who laid Dragunov out. But Jay White is the one that gets the main event spotlight here tonight. He doesn't have to worry about no Jon Moxley, or he better hope he doesn't. Moxley is a very calculated, cold and calculated, dangerous individual. As is Jay White, though. This should be an incredible matchup, folks, to close our show out. Main event, Friday Night SmackDown. Definitely going to be eating good here on the JPG channel. The American Nightmare, the Switchblade, ring the bell. We're ready for this one. As here we go, locking up. Oh, I thought they were going to lock up, but no. Oh, big strike right from Cody. And now Jay White again trying to get the best of Rhodes already, but Rhodes counters with a bulldog. And Rhodes is fired up. Like I said, it's been a very long time since Cody has been a full member here on Friday Night SmackDown, as Jay White locking up with Cody Rhodes here. Trying to find the footing. The right footing is Jay White and Rhodes. And look at this nice headlock takeover by Jay White. And back and forth. These two go head scissors now from Rhodes, as now he applies the head scissors to Jay White. Cody's fired up here. Waiting for Jay White to get back up to his feet. Good sportsmanship out of the American Nightmare. Right back into collar and elbow. Jay White now trying to control the pacing here. He grabs a wrist lock. Cody Rhodes now looking for an escape out. And look out, Cody Rhodes reversing it on Jay White again. Able to out-wrestle White. We're going to go for a third time in this matchup. Rhodes and Jay White. No. Oh, Jay White's sidestepping the attempt of Cody Rhodes to do collar and elbow. And I think we're out of the technical aspect of this match, because here we go into the physicality part as Rhodes meets Jay White. Beautiful takeover power slam by Rhodes. Goes for the cover. Jay White getting the shoulder out. Big strike to the face. Jay White averting it, though. Delivers one of his own, and there goes Cody Rhodes to fire back. These two throwing some haymakers each other's way. As now look out, Cody Rhodes. Big strike to the face of White. And now look out. Oh, drop kick right to the knee. Pinpoint accuracy by Switchblade. And here comes Jay White on the top rope. Look out. Big splash as Cody was trying to heal his leg a little bit, licking his wounds there. I saw him kicking that foot. We'll see if that comes into play a little later on here, as Jay White going for some kind of a Uranagi, but Rhodes able to get the reversal here. Now look at this. Nice arm drag by Rhodes. Sending Jay White trying to regroup into that corner, but Rhodes meets him with a knee strike. Cody Rhodes always welcomes fresh new opportunities, fresh faces to the roster. He always likes a challenge. And a challenge is what he will get here tonight against Jay White, a man that made his name down in Japan, becoming IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Something that Cody Rhodes can say that he has not done. So Jay White does have that over him. Jay White has had classic battles with the likes of Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, just to name a few of the standouts over there in New Japan. And now we started this thing with collar and elbows. Now we're in a slugfest as Cody Rhodes You can see the wind kind of leaving his sails just a tad bit, but Rhodes is still firing back with these chops. Who's going to get the better of this one? As I look out here, in the center of the ring, a hockey fight. Fight forever chance should be in the crowd at this point. As I look at this, Jay White, oh my God, flatliner from White out of nowhere. Goes for the cover, 1, 2. Rhodes gets the shoulder out. Out of nowhere with that flatliner, as now Jay White could be looking for Switchblade. But no, Cody Rhodes able to get out of the grasp of Jay White, as now Cody with a nice clothesline. That almost ended terribly for Cody Rhodes. Immediately out of that, the fisticuffs that they engaged in, Jay White was going for Switchblade, but Cody Rhodes had his scout, I suppose, goes for a clothesline. And now, wait a minute, Jay White now setting Rhodes off the ropes. And now look out, Cody Rhodes goes off the ropes. Look out, meets him with the Cody Cutter. Cody Cutter connects, count of 2. White gets the shoulder out. Shoulder out at 2. Cody now sending Jay White over the top rope. Cody Rhodes calling Jay White up to his feet. The American Nightmare is feeling it here tonight. Suicide dive coming in hot. Beautifully execution from Cody Rhodes. Is now Rhodes calling Jay White up to his feet. Not done there just yet is the American Nightmare. Again, feeling a little overzealous is Rhodes here tonight. Goes for a springboard moonsault. Hits it flush. Rhodes is showing out here tonight in his return to Friday nights. Like I said, it's probably what Cody Rhodes needed the most, is just some fresh faces to not only see in that locker room, but to compete against. And now he has a plethora of them, namely Jay White, Ilja Dragunov, to name a few. You know, Hangman's now a part of the roster. We see Moxley hanging in the corners, in the dark corners of the locker rooms. A lot of new fresh faces on Friday nights. As Jay White goes for a roll-up on Rhodes. Goes for a roll-up. Gonna get him. No, Cody being able to counter out. Jay White calling Cody up to his feet. Jay White now going top rope. Rhodes has no idea where the hell he's at. White is going to remind him. Beautiful clothesline off the top. Jay now going for another cover. Trying to just make Cody use some of that energy of his. Jay White now in full control of the former WWE champion, former multi-time WWE champion in Rhodes. Again, Jay White is going to be going for, I think he was going to go for that Switchblade, but Rhodes having it scouted. And now, wait a minute. Oh, no, Jay White. Oh, a punch right to the heart. My God, that was very vicious to see. Kick to the back. Jay White can be a nasty SOB when he wants to be, especially when it's his debut match here on Friday nights. But look at this. Cody Rhodes with a beautiful reversal. And here comes Cody. Firing up is Cody Rhodes. Here comes the jabs that his dad made famous. Always got to pay tribute to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Cody is feeling it. Cody is feeling it. Now look out. Takes Jay White over. Oh, cop killer from Cody. Here we go. 1, 2. The Cody Breaker, Vertebreaker, Cop Killer. It has so many names. And it's always effective. As Jay White now trying to get back into this thing. The blood is pouring down the face of White. Jay White cocking that fist back, almost Roman Reigns-esque. I don't know if I want to get into that right now, though, as now now I got Roman on the mind. Cody Rhodes with a nice springboard moonsault. Cody would hate for me to mistaken him as Roman Reigns, I'll tell you that. But anyways, Cody now trying to get the hold of Jay White, but White on the attack is now, look out, Rhodes again looking to catch him with another version of the Cody Cutter. Another version of the Cody Cutter, but Rhodes doesn't think that's enough. Rhodes doesn't think that's enough. He's going to try and catch him with the Crossroads. Crossroads connects to pin Jay White in his debut match. No, White just getting that shoulder out. And Rhodes trying to argue with our official, Rod Zapata, who could be a little bit tired at this point because he's been calling every single match here on Friday night on this episode. As now Rhodes sends Jay White back into the turnbuckle. Now Cody putting Jay White on the top rope. What does Cody Rhodes have planned here? Taking Jay White to the top for a superplex, stalling at that. A stalling superplex by Rhodes. And there's the harsh reality of it all. My God. And now Rhodes off the top rope. I think his feet hit Jay White, but did not get all of it to fall. But needless to say, Rhodes is right back up on his feet and in the center of the ring with a figure four leg lock cinched in. Jay White gonna need to think about this. Cody Rhodes looking to make him submit in his debut match. Jay White turning the pressure around, or no, just fighting his way out of it, actually. As Cody now faces the wrath of White, faces the wrath of the Switchblade himself. Jay White, oh my God, that one almost reached the ropes. Beautiful stun gun from Jay. And now, wait a minute, no, went for that Uranagi again. Rhodes able to escape. And now, wait a minute. Jay White, though, caught Cody. Oh, my God. What a forearm strike to the back of the neck. Jay White now trying to go for, I don't know what he's going for. He's just trying to find some form of a strategy back into this thing, but I think that forearm strike did just that. Double axe handle wipes out the American Nightmare. Count goes for a cover again. Cody could be in trouble. The damage could have been done. I mean, he could have ruptured the vertebrae of Cody Rhodes with that forearm strike, but Rhodes is still trying to fight here. Now, wait a minute. Oh, Rhodes might not even know where the hell he's at. Wait a minute. Jay White has the legs. My God! Turning Rhodes inside out. Goes for the cover. No! Rhodes escaping. Now Jay White starting to feel it. Jay White calling Cody Rhodes up to his feet. Oh my God, what a meteor off the second. Meteor off the second reaches Cody. As now Jay White is in full control here. He needs to capitalize while Cody is down and out. Look at this. Spin out boss man slam-esque maneuver. Gonna pin Rhodes, but Rhodes gets the shoulder out. And I don't think Jay White can even believe that Rhodes is still in the fight. Jay now, look out here. Looking to send Rhodes reeling to the outside. My God, what a maneuver. And now it's Jay White who has Rhodes on the outside. And look out, Jay White. What the hell has he got planned here? White likes to take to the skies from time to time as well. He wipes Rhodes out. Cody Rhodes is being absolutely taken to school right now, courtesy of Jay White. And now White is calling Rhodes up to his feet once again. Look out here. Caught him again with that flatliner. But I don't think White's done there just yet. White is not done there just yet. Cody Rhodes could be in trouble because look out. Here's the Switchblade. 1, 2, 3. Jay White has just defeated Cody Rhodes in his debut on Friday Night Smackdown.